Success Notes from a Maharishi. Note 3. Hammer down only what you need to. You don't have to hammer down every nail. There will always be nails around to be hammered. There will always be many things to do. New things to do, some exciting things to do, some interesting things to do, some spooky things to do. And a lot of people on your planet keep on hammering things haphazardly. This is directly opposite to what we rishis do here at this higher level. Though we are all highly evolved beings, we never put our serious efforts on everything and anything. We never do. We hammer only the things that deserve hammering. Things that deserve light pats are given light pats. And things that deserve mild touch are dealt with accordingly. Attack the Goliaths first before you attack other soldiers. Goliaths are the ones that are going to count. David's glory started when he defeated Goliath, not an ordinary soldier. There are very few things, if done, can bring you your greatest progress. Look out for them, utilize them, focus on them most of the time, give your whole self to them. The Sutra. Not everything deserves your serious effort. Not everything calls for tremendous effort. You put your best efforts on things that are good investments in your future, or you hammer only those nails that ought to be hammered. You don't have to put Herculean efforts in many things. The saddest scene is when people pound things that are not at all important and they just leave the few golden nails as such that are so desperately waiting for the hammering. A very long time ago, while I was flying above the clouds in spirit with 2 more rishis for a mission, I witnessed the following story. A man saw a lot of people gathered, full of vigor, waiting eagerly to witness a race that was about to be started. The race was a grand one of his time. He immediately approached the folks enthusiastically and asked what was going on. They said that a race was about to begin, which was open to all and which was conducted by the Duke. The race had an enormous prize money announced. When he asked them if he could participate in the race, he was immediately given the nod as the race was open to anyone. Being a very fast runner and lured by the money, this man positioned himself for the sprint, knowing deep down that he could win the race with no or little effort. When the whistle was blown, the contenders started to move ahead like rockets. But this man was so far ahead of others that he finished the race well ahead of the second man who came after. But soon after, when he was just expecting that they were going to announce his name as the winner, he heard to his surprise the announcer mentioning the name of the man who came second as the winner. Not able to believe this, he asked the announcer, "Why?" "Why?" The announcer said, "You are not on the track, and that means you are not racing with others. You are on the wrong track, so yours doesn't count." The essence of the story is that a lot is wasted in doing excellently things that don't count. The man was excellent, but he was not running on the right track. To do the most important things is to be on the right track. He was too good at what he was doing, but he was not doing the right thing. To succeed, it is of utmost importance to do things that matter, which is to be on the right track. To do a thing exceptionally well that is trivial in your life is a reason for time and energy wasted without returns. People start to get fast results when they focus most on the most important items in their life, and on a more specific level, on the most important elements in a project or task. You get super results when you start to hammer down the golden nails. It's always very tempting to do many things, and in the process one forgets to see if all these things are important in the light of their primary purpose in life, which is progress and betterment in various forms. If something hampers your forward march or even take you backwards, and which you have been pounding so hard, identify that as a wrong nail. Stop hammering it. It doesn't deserve your hard effort. This could even be a bad habit that is so tempting and has kept you slave for a long time. Hammering takes energy, and why put your resource of time and energy on it if you are not doing the most important tasks? Worse yet is when what you hammer is taking you backward. Even a busiest and most successful person on your planet who does numerous things in a day cannot hammer all the things that he or she has on the table. If you take a close look at them, you'll see they all, without exception, hunt down Goliaths first. Other less important things are either deputed or done at a lesser degree than what can be called hammering, the real serious effort approach. Typically, people who are super success know which nails are the golden ones. They identify the most important tasks or steps first and always. They're always good at this. Average people keep pounding on whatever they can get their hands on. Some, they never do the hammering. They never put any kind of sincere and life-changing efforts in anything. They stay at the bottommost. There is this general belief on your planet that successful people almost always do umpteen number of things and hence they are victorious. When the focal energy is dissipated in hammering here and hammering there instead of hammering down hard the golden nails, nothing significant is ever achieved. The bliss is not experienced. A feeling of, open quotes, some more, come on, keep looking out for new things to do, close quotes, surrounds you. You feel restless. You feel you have to cover a lot of stuff and often within a time frame. You feel like you have to keep running to catch up with all the lined up to-do things. Bringing many things unnecessarily onto the table is the reason for all the feeling of restlessness, chaos, hollowness, get more, do more tendency, and the bad feeling that inevitably would arise from not being able to catch up with a big queue that never seems to end. And since you are also pounding a lot of things lately, soon you become exhausted in every way possible. If you are in a position such that you have to do many things, by all means go on to do them. It's not necessarily the number if the need be, but how many good written things get your pounding and how many things are dealt in a lesser way. In other words, cutting back on trivial things can free up a lot of mental space for you. Going for a movie to renew and refresh your mind is not a trivial thing, since you get a good return for the action in the form of a rejuvenated mind. But the secret is identifying the golden nails and put your hammering skills on them. Let those tasks, activities, important trips, that crucial email you need to send, that hearty greeting and hug with your spouse, that little encouragement your child longingly awaits from you, that refreshment time at the hotel, all receive your serious attention. That's why they say life is easy, but we make it complicated. The effort part in life will never drain your energy, but the focus on many things part will. Deprive your habits that have been pulling you down. Never again hammer them. They don't deserve it. Many golden nails are still waiting to be hammered because of fear. Let that fear that has kept you a slave die a lonely death from your courageous step. Let it know that you don't put your serious thinking on it anymore, which is a form of hammering down. That fear has managed to live because of your thinking. Not anymore. So it is. Number 1. Doing excellently things that don't matter. Like that man who participated in that race. He was not on the track that mattered for his success. Number 2. Spending a lot of time on trivial things. Number 3. Doing things that do matter in a frivolous way. Important things need serious efforts. They need hammering. Number 4. Not doing as much as one must the things that produce the best returns. How much time one spends in a day on those few all-important things. Hammer only the golden nails.